Hello, and welcome to a real fun magic teaching class. I'm Jim with Showtime for Kids, ready to show you some awesome magic. So get ready, here we go. Our first trick is called clip card. This is a real fun trick. It's self-working. No skill required. It works all by itself. What you need are 5 playing cards. I have these 5 playing cards and I glued them together. And you'll see that we have one odd card out of these 5. It's a red card. It's right there in the middle. It is the King of Diamonds. I don't know if you can see it right there, but it is right in the middle. Now what we do is you hand your helper or volunteer a paper clip. They take the paper clip, and what they have to do is clip that paper clip on the red card, the odd card. So you hand the person their paper clip, and they clip the card that they believe is the odd card. In this case, the red card. It is the middle card, so I'm going to place it right there on the middle card. How do you think I did? Well, I don't know. You ready to see? Check it out. Oh no, look, it's on a black card. The red card is over there. That is called clip card. You can do this over and over again. No skill required. Get some cards and we'll have some fun in just a few moments. Right, here's the explanation to clip card. I'm going to use some jumbo cards here. I'm going to show you how to use regular cards in just a moment. But for explanation purposes, these are a lot easier to see. Now, using either double stick tape, a glue stick, or some rubber cement. Here's what you do. With your glue stick or tape or rubber cement, you take some tape or glue it right down the middle, just like that. Take your other card and you stick it so it's there. Now these are called pips or indices. Make sure you don't cover those up. You cover just like that. Now you take another strip of glue or tape and you put your red card next. Make sure that they can see the numbers at all times. Again, you put another strip of tape and or glue and you apply the card just like that. So when you're all done with one more strip, you have a complete set of 5 cards, either glued or taped together. And it'll look just like that. In other words, I have one made, and this is it right on over here. Now, this is an optical illusion, for no matter where they take this paper clip, and they try to, no matter what they do, is they try to clip that middle card, they're never going to get it. Let me show you how. There's the red king in the center. We're going to clip the center card, but you see, as I turn it around, it's not on the red card. See, here's how it works. If we were to try to clip that red card from the face, just like that, and turn it around, where do you think that clip is going to be? Well, believe it or not, it's actually on the last card right there. Isn't that funny? How does that work? It's an optical illusion. Now here's a few things that you can do. With a regular deck of playing cards, you can make a smaller set just like that. Glue them and or tape them. Now this will fit in your pocket or your purse. Now if you go to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, sometimes they sell small cards, mini cards. How cool is that? You can take these mini cards and make the exact same thing. Now this will easily fit in your pocket, your back pocket, pants pocket, your purse, wherever. Now all you have to do is carry these cards with you and a paper clip, and believe it or not, you will be all set to perform clip card. Have fun. Two-card Monte. What a fun piece of magic. This is going to be so entertaining. You're going to be fooling yourself even when you know the secret. Check it out. We have two playing cards here. One is the King of Hearts, and another one is the, there's the 4 of Clubs. So we have the 4 of Clubs and the King of Hearts. I'm going to take one of these cards. I'm going to place it behind my back. I'm going to use that one right there. That's a good card to place, right behind my back. Now, what does that leave me with right there? The what? The black card? No. See, I placed the black card behind my back. You see, the card that was in front was the King of Hearts. I'll do it again just in case you blinked. We have a red card, and we also have a black card. I'm going to take this card right over here and place it behind my back. What does that leave me with here? The what? The red card? No. See, I told you have to pay attention. See, the red card was behind my back. You see, the card that was in front was the black card. That is called two-card Monte. I'm going to show you how to do this awesome trick in just a moment. Now, here's how you can make two-card Monte. Actually, we need 4 playing cards. That's right, 4 playing cards. And what we have are a 4 on one side and, oh my goodness, a red king on the other side. I know that's cheating, but here's what, now it doesn't have to be the 4 of clubs or the king of hearts, as long as you have a red card and a black card. Now what you do is you're going to take these 2 cards and glue them back to back, okay? You're going to glue them back to back, sort of like this. I have to take 2 cards here, 1, 2. You're going to take these 2 cards and glue them back to back. That way it gives you a double face card. And the same thing with the cards, if you put them face to face and or back to back, now you have a double face card, and this way if you glue them face to face you have a double back card, okay? So you have a double back card and a double face card. That's all the preparation that you need to have for two-card Monte. Now here's what we do. You take the 2 cards and you have to have a little magic move. Now if you take your hand and put it face up, make sure the palm is facing up towards the ceiling, and you move your thumb towards your fingers and move it back. So forward and back, forward and back. That is the magic move. So when you are holding the cards, if you push forward, see that 4 goes forward. If you push the thumb back, it goes backwards. The reason being is, if we were to look at this card that has another card on the back, and keep it forward, if I was to just turn my hand face down, watch the back of this 4. Watch what happens. You see, they will see a king or the red card on the back. You don't want to do that. What you have to do is, you are now going to go forward and back as your hand is turning over. Watch closely. The 4 is near my thumb. As I turn my hand over, I am going to push that card forward as I turn my hand over. Watch. All in one movement. So now, it looks as though, if I turn this card over, it's going to look, I have a red card on that right there. Watch. I turn over, oh, we have a red card there. That looks like our brain is actually accepting that, even though it's still wrong. I'll do it again. There's the 4. If I turn this over, I should have a red card on the back, and there it is, there's my red card. So, it's a little bit of psychology. So, forward and back. So, as you turn the hand over, you bring it forward. As your hand goes backwards, it brings it back. Forward and back. So now you say I have 2 cards, I have a black card, and I have a red card. Now you're going to take one of these cards and place it behind your back. Now, when you take it behind your back, make sure you go like this, straight behind your back. Do not do this. I'm going to take this card and place it behind my back. That is called flashing. You don't want to do that. No, so here's what you do. You take that red card, you place it behind your back. And what do you do behind your back? Check it out, watch. You turn the card over. That's it. That's all you do. You bring it forward, you place it on top, and you do the magic move again, forward and back, go forward as you turn your hand over. So there it is. 2-card Monte. One more time. A red card, a black card. I'm going to take one of these cards, place it behind my back. You turn the card over, you bring it back forward, and show they changed places. That's 2-card Monte, a fun, simple trick that you can do. Here's a fun trick that we call banded. All it uses are a couple of rubber bands. So get your rubber bands out and let's have a little bit of fun. I'll use this nice pink band right here. I'm going to place it on my first 2 fingers just like that. Okay? Now you can see that's on the fingers. So watch closely. It's right there, right before your very eyes. It jumps right over. Isn't that amazing? I'll do it again in case you blinked. Watch. And jumps right back over to the other side. That is called banded. Very simple, easy to do. And what's nice about this, you could actually wear the rubber bands on your wrists. So when you're ready to perform, You take the rubber bands off, and here's the explanation to band it. You have your two fingers and place your rubber band right on top, okay? Now, you are going to be the magician. I'm going to show you the magician's view. That is the magician's view. I will be the audience. What you do is you have the elastic band on your first two fingers. Now, you are the magician, so you're going to be seeing the magician's point of view. You take this rubber band, you take all four of these fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, as you stretch this rubber band, all four of these fingers go in that loop. And you let the rubber band rest on the back of your fingers. So that's your view, but this is what the audience sees. They only see that little bit right there. Again, the magician's view, the audience's view. Now all you have to do is extend your fingers like this, real fast, and the rubber band will jump right over to there. Now to make it jump back, you do the same thing. You pull the rubber band towards yourself. All four of your fingers go in that hole right there, that loop, so to speak, of the rubber band, and the rubber band goes up against your fingers. That's your view, the magician's view. The audience view, it looks just like this. Now to make that rubber band jump to that side, you just open your hand again and watch, that rubber band will go right to that other side. Isn't that fun? Now we can make this just a little bit more challenging. You see, I'm going to take this purple band and I'm going to wrap it on one finger, I'm going to give it a turn, put it on my other finger, turn it on the other finger, and turn the fourth finger. And just like that, now it's sort of like a rubber band handcuff. That band cannot escape those two fingers. Or can it? Let's find out. Again, little snap, and it jumps right back over there. Isn't that amazing? I'll do it again. I know you blinked. I'll do it again. Check it out. There's that rubber band, just like this, and it jumps over. That is the amazing jumping rubber band trick, or banded. And all it does, it's the exact same way I just showed you. See, that rubber band is stretched, and all four fingers go inside. Open it up, and it jumps. Now, here's what happens. You see, this rubber band basically is going from here all the way over to that side. Pretty cool, isn't it? Banded. A lot of fun with two rubber bands that you could just carry on your wrists like that. So you have a couple of bands on yourself, and guess what? You're ready to have a blast with some magic. Enjoy banded. All right, our next item is called snipped. This trick is so awesome. I use this in all of my shows. Whether it's the kid shows, adult shows, close-up sessions, I do this in all of my shows. I love this trick so much, and I'm going to show you how to do the best trick of all time. And it requires a strip of paper. Now this could be newspaper, like this is comic paper, newspaper, wrapping paper, even copy paper. Now this is the old cut and restored paper trick. You have your piece of paper and you take out some scissors. Now make sure that you use safety scissors. They're very important. They have rounded edges, just like they're all rounded. They're not sharp, they're not pointy, so you're pretty well safe on it. And these come in plastic as well. So with your safety scissors and your piece of paper, this is how we do this trick. You take it and you just cut it in half just like that. Wiggle your fingers, say the magic words, please work, and believe it or not, it restores just like that. Isn't that awesome? I'll do it again, check it out. You take the piece of paper and you cut it just like that. Wiggle your fingers, snap your fingers, and believe it or not, it restores just like that. Alright, wasn't it an awesome trick? Here's the explanation to snipped. What you need is some rubber cement, just like that. Now, you always have to make sure that you have an adult or a guardian get the rubber cement. You have to be over 18 to purchase it. It really smells bad. What rubber cement is, it's a gooey kind of a glue. It has a little brush at the end. That's how you apply it. Now, what you do is you get yourself a piece of newspaper, wrapping paper, or even copy paper, and you fold it in half. Once that paper is folded in half, you unfold it, and you take your rubber cement, and you glue 2 inches on one side and glue 2 inches of the fold on both sides. So 2 inches on both sides of that fold. When it's dry, you do another application of glue. This way it ensures that this trick is going to work. Now when the second coat is dry, you then dust it just a little bit with some talcum powder or baby powder. Now when that is all done and complete, you're set to do snipped. With your safety scissors and your piece of paper, here's what you do. You take your safety scissors and you cut right through the paper. Now what happens is, as you're cutting through the paper, see the scissors not only cut the paper, but see when they are closed, they now squeeze the rubber cement together on both sides of the paper. So when it squeezes the rubber cement together, guess what happens? It makes them stick. See, the paper really isn't restored. It's just two pieces. Now I'll show you. With the two separate pieces together, if you take the scissors and cut right through the paper and let go, it squeezes the two ends together and it automatically sticks. How awesome is that? Cut and restored paper with a little bit of glue, some safety scissors, an awesome trick called snipped. Alright, our next trick we're going to learn is called the baffling bands, or the Mobius strip. And all we have is a piece of paper, right there, a piece of paper in a circle. Now, what do you think is going to happen if I take the safety scissors and cut all around the circle? Check it out, watch closely. I'll go all around, just like this. It takes a while, there's going to be a little bit of fun. This is actually a science trick. As you cut this paper all the ways around, what do you think is going to happen? What? You think I'm going to have two pieces of paper? I will have two pieces of paper, and they're going to be two separate loops. And that's what happens. Not really magical, is it? But what happens when we take another strip of paper and do the exact same thing? Check it out. Again, I'm going to cut it in half just like this all the ways down. Check it out. We're going to go all the way through, This is called the Mobius strip. You show your teachers this, they'll really be impressed that you know what Mobius means. Here we go, check it out, all the way through. What do you think I'm going to have? One band, two bands, three, how many? What do you think? Two like the other ones? Maybe, check it out. No, look at that. It's one big loop of paper. Isn't that amazing? Now, what do you think is going to happen on the third try? Check it out, here we go. Same thing, a strip of paper in a circle. Again, I'm going to take the scissors and cut right through the paper like that. Check it out. Now, what do you think is going to happen with this paper? Am I going to have two separate loops? Or am I going to have one long jumbo loop? I don't know either. I can't wait to see what we're going to get. Here we go. As we cut along. We keep cutting. Let me see. I think we are coming up. Yes. What do you think we're going to have? One, two, three loops? Check it out. We have... Check it out, we have loops linked together, and that is the fun Mobius strip. You want to learn how it's done? It's coming up right now. Now here's the explanation to the Mobius strip, or the baffling bands. And the first one, you have a strip of paper, and that's all they are, just regular piece of paper. I use newspaper, the comics, to be honest with you. You take a piece of tape, and you tape one end just like that, and you tape the other end together. Now, when you cut this piece of paper, you're going to end up with two separate loops. That's common sense. That looks like it'll work just like that. You cut it straight down the middle, and you have two separate loops. Now, on the second one, what you do is the same thing. You have your piece of paper, and you take your Scotch tape and you put it on just like that. Now, before you connect it to the other end, guess what you do? You take this paper and you give it one complete turn. One complete turn, and then you Scotch tape them together. Now, when you cut this paper, you are going to end up with one long loop, one big loop, just like the second one. Now, on the third piece of paper, again, you take your piece of paper and your Scotch tape and you tape it up just like that. Now, what you do before you tape the ends together, you don't give it just one turn, you give it two complete turns. And what those two complete turns will do is make them linked. So you have two loops of paper that are linked together. If you just turn it once, you get one long loop, And when you don't cut it, you have two separate loops. That is the baffling bands or the Mobius strip. That's a lot of fun with just a few pieces of paper. Alright, the next trick we have here is something that's so awesome. This is called the coin vanish. It's really neat, but watch closely. You can see, you could actually rub it just like that and you see the coin vanishes right before your very eyes. It doesn't actually vanish, it actually appears behind the elbow. I'll do it again just in case you miss it. I know, can it really be done that way? Of course, check it out, watch closely. Little rub, little twist, and a coin vanishes just like that, only to reappear over there. Now, this one requires just a little bit of practice. Well, a lot more than a little bit. Some people might get this done in 1 or 2 weeks. Some people might take you a month or a couple of months to do it. It even might take over a year to perfect this. Now, this is what we call sleight of hand. This is the real inner workings of real magic. Pure sleight of hand. There's no gimmicks, there's no nothing. It's just you, your two hands, and whatever you want to make disappear. Now, whatever you want to make disappear, it has to be able to fit in your hand. So, a coin, a dice, or a die, anything that could fit in your hand. A bead, for instance. You could even make a bead disappear right before your very eyes. So here's how this trick is done. First thing you need to do is make a U out of your hand. See that? See how the hand is going like that? So at the audience's view, this is the magician's view. Okay? The thumb is facing you. Now, you take whatever you're going to vanish. In this case, I'm using a little chip. You place it in your hand like that. So it's held at the tips of the finger as well as the tip of the thumb. Now, you notice that there is a circle formed right there. That is very important. Now, make sure that these fingers are close together. You don't want to have any gaps like that. These fingers have to be close together just like that. Now, the object that you're going to vanish is held by the fingertips just like that. Now, I'm going to turn around and show you the magician's view. This might be a little tough to watch, but I'm going to show you exactly how this works. When this thumb comes across, your other hand, that is empty hand, is going to look like that. Another C, make a C. And that C is going to go like that. Now, when you see that thumb is behind these fingers, that thumb, what happens is, see this coin with that chip? If you release some pressure right there, it falls due to gravity. How awesome is that? Gravity is the cue or the secret to the magic trick. Again, if you release a little bit of pressure, it falls into your hand. Okay? Just like that. That's the first thing that you really have to learn, is let the coin fall. Now, how and when do you make that coin fall? Or dice or whatever you have in your hand? When your thumb is hidden between those fingers, behind those fingers, that tells you that you could drop that coin. Not on the table, in your hand. You drop the coin, and at the same time, this hand closes, making believe it's grabbing that coin. So, I'll go nice and slow. There's the chip. I'm going to come across. When the thumb is behind those fingers, that coin drops, and this hand closes, making believe it takes the coin. Nice and slow. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So here's what it looks like in real view. Check it out. From here to there. Okay, again. From here, drop to there. Now, as you take this coin, you can't go like this, because everybody will know that this coin is holding it. So you can't just grab it. Even though that's something that we do as human beings, we always have to grab something when it's in the hand. But being a magician, we have to throw everything that we know about that out the window. So you show, in this case, the chip. With my empty hand, I come across, I drop. See that? I drop that disc or that coin or the chip into the hand as this hand closes around it and goes away. Now, as this hand is going away, look at that hand and slowly bring this hand down to the table. Watch, I'll show you 2 easy methods. That's 1, that's 2, That's 3. Blow on your hand, show it's gone. Now we know it's in this hand, so you reach up behind the elbow and take it, and there it is. So in one smooth action, watch closely. I'm going to show you something using this awesome little chip right on over here. Watch. I'm going to take this chip, place it right on over here, just like that, and it's gone. No, it actually doesn't go. It's right over there. And that is the secret to how to make a coin vanish. Here's another way for you to make a coin vanish right before their very eyes. This time it uses a little piece of paper. This time we're going to still be using a little chip just like this for you to see. Now you take a piece of paper and you take that coin, we'll make believe this is a coin, and place it in the center of the paper. Now take that paper and you fold it in half. You can actually hear that coin back inside. You can hear it inside. Now I'm going to fold up this side of the paper. I'm going to fold up the other side of the paper. And even the top right over here, I'll fold that over as well. Now you might be able to see that inside. I'm not really sure, but you can actually hear it. Listen. You hear that inside? You can actually hear the coin all the way around. But the idea is to make this coin vanish right before your very eyes. Check it out. And just like that, the coin is gone. Pretty cool, huh? Of course, you want to make that coin come back, you'd actually reach behind your elbow, and there is the coin. This is called the coin fold. It takes a little bit of practice. Stay with it, and here's how it's done. Here is the secret to the coin fold. What you need is, well, a coin. In this case, I'm using a chip. You use a quarter or a 50-cent piece. Quarters work very well because they have a nice little bit of weight to them. We also have a piece of paper. What you do is you take your coin and set it on the paper. You take that paper and you don't fold it exactly in half. No, you take that paper and you leave about a 1/2 inch lip right there. Do you see that? That's about a 1/2 inch lip right there. And now what you do, the small end faces you, the magician. So I'm going to show you the magician's point of view. You're the magician, just like that. Now, that's the small end is right there. You take the left and the right edges and you fold them away from you, okay? And that's how you fold it away from you. So from the audience's view, it looks like that. Now, see this slip right here that you made with the extra piece of paper right there? You didn't fold it all the way up, you have the 1/2 inch. What you do is you fold that away from you too, right even with the edge of that paper. So now when you show everybody, you see that's the folded edge right there. It gives the illusion that, look, it's folded at that side, it's folded on this side, and it's even folded from the top. But watch closely, watch this chip, it's going to slide right on out. That's the secret. Actually, all of this is opened up right there. You can actually slide it right back in. So again, check it out. Here's what happens. The piece of paper, you place the coin in this case the chip, you fold it up, leaving a 1/2 inch piece of paper on top. You fold it away from you, and you fold the opposite end away from you. The top end you also fold away from you, right where the smaller piece of paper is, where it wasn't folded up all the way. So now it has the illusion that it's folded all the ways around. Now, here's the magician's view. With the paper held up like this, you could actually have them touch the coin. They could feel it's still there now. With a little bit of pressure, release the pressure of your thumb. Watch what happens to that coin. It falls right out into your hand. Isn't that something? Again, I'll do it again. I'll place it inside. You hold the coin. They could actually tap it. They could feel it. You could actually tap it to a table. Okay? And now, what happens is, you release a little bit of pressure. Watch that coin come right out. Can you see it? It pops right on out. Now, I made it just a little bit larger here for you so you could actually see it. A full piece of paper. Again, at the magician's point of view, you're the magician's view. You fold it up. You leave a 1/2 inch piece of paper on top. You fold it away from you, so it's coming towards me. You fold it away from you on the opposite side. And right on top here, you fold that in half again. Not in half, you fold that away. So what happens is you have this pocket. You basically have a pocket where you could place things inside, but if you turn it upside down, it falls, watch there, it falls into the hand just like that. Now once it falls into the hand, I'll go back to the small one here, back into the hand, what you do is now you can take that paper and just tear it in half, show that the coin is vanished, take these pieces of paper and that coin, place it into your pocket, leave everything there, and you are left clean. The coin fold. Fool your friends. Ready for some more magic? So am I. Get ready for this is called Think of a Number. And all you have to do is check out these cards right here. We have 6 cards. They have different numbers on each one. This is on page 14 of Gary the Gecko's Book of Magic. Now you lay these cards out in front of your spectator or volunteer and you say, I have 6 cards here with numbers. Numbers go from 1 through 60. I want you to think of a number between 1 and 60. Now don't tell me, you keep it a secret. And they keep it a secret. And they think of a number. For in this case, let's say we're thinking of the number 15. They take all the cards that have number 15 and they hand them to you. In this case, that has a number, let me see, we're going to go through. I'm going the opposite way. In this case, that has a number 15, that has a number 15, there's number 15 on that card, and there's a number 15 on that card. The other 2 cards don't have the 15, they stay right where they are. And what happens is, as soon as they say they are done, you immediately tell them the number they were thinking of. This is an awesome piece of magic. Here's how this is done. These cards are special cards. Actually, they use a certain system that we call the binary system or binary code. Now, how does that work? What is the binary code? I'm glad you asked me that question. I'm going to take these cards away. I'm going to present to you some larger cards. Make it a little bit easier for you. Here we have the exact same cards made larger. So on page 14, you can take these cards, you can print them off on your computer at your house or bring them to a printer and then you will make them large for you. But it's all based on a binary system. What we care about on these cards are the cards, the numbers in the top left hand corner. Let's look at this card here. That's number 1. If you take 1 and 1, 1 and 1 is what? 2. On the second card, we have the number 2 right up there. Now, if you were to take 2 and multiply it by itself, 2 and 2 is what? 4. And there's our number 4. And 4 and 4 is 8. There's our number 8. 8 and 8 is 16. That's our 16. And 16 and 16 is what? 32. Those are our binary code numbers for this trick. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Now what does that mean? What does that mean? In any combination, 32 plus 16 or 16 plus 8 and 4, any of these binary code numbers on top, as long as they're right there, any of these numbers put together in any combination will add up anywhere between 3 and 60. Isn't that amazing? You show this to your math teacher, they'll really, really be amazed. So here's what we have to do. For in this case, we're going to think of the number 15. We know there's no 15 on that one. There's no 15 on that card. There's a 15 right there, so they hand that card to you. There's a 15 right over there, so that card is handed to you. Oh, there's another 15 right there, that card is handed to you, and there's one more right over there. Now what happens when they hand these to you? All you're going to do is add these top upper left hand corner numbers together. For instance, we have 8 and 2. There's 8 and 2, well we know that equals 10. 8 and 2 is 10. We have a 1 and a 4, and that's 5. So 10 and 5 is 15, and that's number 15, the secret number they thought of. If they thought of the number 35, there's a 35 right there. There's a 35, they'll hand you that card right there. There is no 35 on this one, so we don't use that card. There's a 35 there, that's that. There's no 35 on this card, we get rid of that. Let's check these cards out. There's a, oh, no 35 on this card, that's no good. Oh, but there's a 35 over there, so you hand that to you. So they gave you 3 cards, their secret number is 35. Let's see how these cards add up. Here we go. We have 32, 33, 34, 35. See, they handed you a card that has 32 there. 32 plus 1 is 33. 33 plus 2, 35. And that is the amazing think of a number magic trick. What's neat about this is on page 14 you could have them printed off and you could carry this small one in your pocket. If you are a business person, you can print these on the back of your business cards and hand these out. Of course, when you're at school, if you have a show and tell or a talent show, you can actually have them larger, and now you can form these for a large group. That is, think of a number, enjoy. Okay, here we go. Some more magic for you to have fun by. This is called the climbing ring. Now, remember the rubber bands I used for that trick called banded? The one where the rubber band jumped back and forth? Well, here's what you do now. You take one of those rubber bands and you snap it in half. So now it's one long piece of band, just like that. Now, if you're with friends, if they have a finger ring, you can ask them to take the ring off. Or if you are having a hang around with your friends and family and they are drinking a soda, a pop, anything that has one of these little flip lids, this is really neat. So they can take it off their can, and there's a little flip top right there, and your rubber band. Check this out. You take your rubber band and you thread it through the ring, or in this case, the soda pop top, flip top, and check out the cool piece of magic that you can do. Watch that ring and or flip top. Watch that flip top, because it's actually going to climb this rubber band right before your very eyes. Check it out, watch. I'll hold it up so you can see. Check it out. Watch. Look at that. It's actually climbing all the ways up. Isn't that amazing? I love that. Look. All by itself. No strings attached, no cords, no nothing. It's going to climb all the ways up. All it uses are these 2 items. Now what you do is when you rip the band in half or cut it in half, you take this rubber band and you hold it in your hand. You hold all of it in your hand except about 1.5 inches, okay? And this 1.5 inches is what you use to thread on that ring, just like that. And you stretch that band. Now all this other band, remember the band that's in your hand? Look, it's all in the hand right there, all there. Nobody knows about that. That's secretly hidden in your hand. Now, with that secretly in hand, the illusion is you place it right through the key or the band or the flip top and you stretch it. But all that is still hidden in your hand. Now, by slightly releasing pressure between your finger and thumb, your forefinger and thumb, what happens is this band goes right through the 2 fingers and gives us the illusion that this ring or the flip top, it's not moving, it's actually staying there. What happens is as you slowly release the band through the fingers, it looks like that is climbing up the band. Isn't that neat? I'll do it again. I'll go nice and slow this time. I'm under high lights here, so my hands are getting a little sweaty. It's actually making the band stick to my fingers. But in a normal performance setting, it will actually look like this without sticky fingers. Here we go. And it looks like it's actually climbing up. I love this trick. It is the climbing ring. Check it out. Play with it. It's a lot of fun. Enjoy. Well, there you have it. Some fun magic that you can do with items all around the house. Now, a few tips and pointers. Whenever you're practicing your magic, it's best to practice in front of a mirror. If it looks good to all angles on the mirror, it's going to look good to your audience. Another great tip is take out your phone. Everybody has a phone nowadays, so record what you're practicing. So when you're practicing something, it's recording. Now you can film it back, watch it back, play it back. You can see if you are doing it correctly or wrong. Can you see the secret move that you're doing? You don't want them to do that. So a magician's best friend is a mirror and a camera. So practice, practice, practice. Now another thing is, when you're practicing such as well, remember the trick that when you are making the coin vanish or bead vanish? You need to practice that. You have to practice a few hours a day, believe it or not. So it sounds like it's hard work, but it's really easy. You're watching TV. Whenever you watch TV, sit down. How many times can you do this in a 30-minute segment as you're watching your favorite 30-minute sitcom or a 30-minute cartoon? You can actually go like this and practice making an item vanish. Whenever you're sitting down and watching TV or whatever, always practice. It's the best time to do it. So practice makes perfect. Always, always keep the secrets to yourself. Why don't magicians tell how their tricks are done? Well, very easy. We have spent hours upon hours and sometimes a lot of money on a magic trick. Do you really want to spend hours or weeks or even years practicing one magic trick and then show everybody how it's done? All that time and practice you spent is for nothing. It goes out the door. So we do this just so we can keep everybody entertained. It's all entertainment first. If you like to tell jokes, tell some jokes with your magic. It makes it that much more entertaining. If you know anything historic or any history about the item, tell your friends and your neighbors and whoever you're showing the tricks to, teach them a little bit about the history of the magic. You see, when you go to a library and you want to read library books and go into and see all what there is about magic books are in section 793.8. 793.8 using the Dewey Decimal System. So no matter where you go across this country, any library, you can ask a librarian, where is section 793? They'll point you to that direction, and that is where you can find all the books on magic. My name is James Chartier with ShowTimeForKids.com. Please visit our site for more tricks that you can learn, and there's things changing all the time. Plus I have videos up there, and who knows, you may even want me to come do a show for you. ShowTimeForKids.com. Thank you so much. Happy magic! Practice.